G'day, g'day. Here we are with Belgium, Spain, second of the quarterfinals. Boy, the numbers have changed a little bit since the last few hours. As I said, the money coming in day of games, I think really shows that there is a lot of recreational money getting played into these markets, way more than what we usually see in other sports. Maybe the NFL's a little bit closer, but here we're looking at now 58% of the money is on Spain, which is just a little short of where it should be. Now there's kind of split between Belgium and the draw. Master money closer to 38%, Spain, 38% the draw, roll the rest of it, 24% into Belgium there. Total, yeah, this is where I'm happy to be on the master side. Looking at 61% of the money on the over, 84% of the master money on the under. Again, Spain haven't given up a goal. Belgium don't need to score to get through. Just 0-0 all their way through to penalties if they can. Spread at 1, which is around 1.75. Looking at 53% of the money there, and 50-50 to almost the penny in the master money on the spread. Bunch of that's +1, +1.25, a bit of +1.5 laying a price, and then on the flip side, pick laying a big price around 3.5 to 1, quarter around 210, 220, half 3-way price, and then the 3/4 laying around mid-20s. So definitely has evened up a lot more since this morning. Draw is still probably the best result. Spain's kind of a chop. Spread, looking at where it is, isn't much in it, and the under lining up is the best result there. Team to advance. Oh, one's interesting as well. Looking at 64% of the money on Spain, good money, and literally 99% of the money on Belgium on team to advance. That is it's super strong. Looking at anywhere from almost 3 to 1 down to around 255, 260, 265. So that one's interesting. We're just looking at it as a data play to see what the odds are and whatnot. No, based on the odds, it's not really showing up as an overall benefit for Belgium to win. But Masters are all over Belgium there, team to advance, anywhere between 3 to 1 and call it +265, the bulk of it. So we dig in, first half. Oh, this is an odd one. Seeing 40% Spain, 35% draw, and the balance on Belgium. However, on the master chart, literally it looks like someone's just gone against Spain. Because there's a strong contingency of bets, and they're kind of doubling up, like a bunch of accounts taking the Belgium in the draw, which is, just take +0.5. Which I look over at the spread, +0.5, looking at 75% on Belgium and 100% of the master money on Belgium, +0.5, laying a price there in the first half. Colin calling it Belgium shocking the world today. Can't argue with that. Belgium just keep plugging away. I was on them probably 12 years ago. Didn't show up. Against them, I think, probably 4 years ago, which I think ended up all right. But yeah, they just keep plugging along. So would not surprise me, wouldn't upset me, and all those kind of things. Looking at the total goals, Belgium over under half, laying a price. Even money on the rec side of it, 82%, hitting the under a half, expecting Belgium to get closed out, clean sheet there. First half exact goals, 0. It's been pretty strong. Some 0 first half goals in a bunch of these games. Teams just playing in that first half, getting through, and then coming to attack a bit more in the second half. Highest scoring half, 100% of the money on the second half, 100% of the master money on the second half, and 60% of that master money of the overall money. Makes sense. Second half's definitely been where it's at. Of course, Shake. Happy to give a roll down on the MLB and the UFC. I did see some UFC interesting stuff, so definitely watching that closely over the next 24 hours, 36 hours. I don't even know what time of day it is. 84% of the money's on both teams to score. Not really much on the master side of it. Both teams to score again on that other prop I'm seeing action. Spain 1-0, master action there, around 7.5 to 1. I had seen 8 to 1 earlier, and it had shortened up a bit. What else we got? Spain total corners over 5.5. 100% of the money's on the over. Total game corners. So Spain is over 5.5, laying a price. Belgium over 9.5, round pick'em. No master money, just overall money. And then we dig in to see goal scorers. Anytime goal scorer, I'm seeing money on Yamal expected. Ketelaere as well. See if there's any master money floating around. Nope. This is the one game that doesn't seem to have one of these. Yes, Yamal's there, but leading Golden Boot guys jumping into it. So a lot of money on Spain, team to advance, but again, based on the price, they're actually a slightly better result. Master money heavy on Belgium, like literally nothing on the Spain side there. Overall, it's still kind of balancing out as what we said, around that 60% on Spain, split out between the other two. Master money split between Spain and the draw with a little less on Belgium. Total starting to move more into a data play on the under. 85% of the master money is on the under, and we're getting close to 63% on the over. So that one definitely jumps out. It's an underplay. Spread's fairly well balanced, although it's split between different numbers. And I said that plus a half first half. Master money heavy, the rec money as well. Under 1 overall is getting some heavy money play now. First half under 1, round pick'em. Second half actually some master action coming in over 1.5, laying a price. So they're really expecting the first half to be played close, I believe, and then Spain come in and do what they need to do in the second half. But as I said, Colin's already called the result. Belgium's the winners today. And now let's get stuck into some MLB. See if anything jumps out here. Oops. MLB. All right, Pittsburgh, Milwaukee. Nothing of note or interest. Same with Rubs, Reds. Cubs, Reds. All these early games, really not a lot of action at all and kind of balanced. So first one is Dodgers D-backs. 93% of the money's on the Dodgers. They're pretty short. A few tickles on the Masters on the D-backs. We usually see that. Here's a data play. Giants. 78% of the money's on the Giants. 94% of the master money's on the Rockies. Total, a lot of money on this total on the under. Like 89%, a touch of master money. Getting to the next game, nothing. Orioles, Royals, total, no. Rays, Mariners, 84% of the money on the Rays, 72% of the master money's on the Rays. Over, 98% on the over, and all the master money's on the over. Not a penny on the under there from the Masters. Big bet game, White Sox, Athletics. White Sox, seeing 92% of the money. Well balanced on the master chart. Astros, Tigers. We got 86% of the money on the Astros, 100% of the master money. Here's some good real action. Twins, Angels. 76% of the money on the Twins, 62% of the master money's on the Twins. Yet all the money's on the over. All the master money's on the over there at 9.5, round even money. And the run line actually on this one had a bit of volume. Laying the 1.5, getting around plus 45, plus 50 from the Masters action there as well. Other run lines. Tigers, Phillies, nothing exciting. Yankees, Nationals, 90% of the money on the Yankees. No master action. Well balanced. Guardians, Marlins, not a lot there. Same with the Sox, Mets. There is some money, rec money, plus 1.5 laying a price on the Red Sox. And then Padres, Jays, we're looking at 92% of the money on the Padres, 98% of the master money is on the Padres, nothing on the total, whatnot, getting into that. So jump over to the MMA, UFC. Jesus, was it 329? I lost track of numbers. I saw it earlier. All right, where are we going to go? Top to bottom, bottom to top. Let's go bottom to top. Basharat, 98% of the money, 97% of the master money. A bunch of parlays thrown in there as well. So looks like just seeing the players, seeing it as a lock-in. Now we've got Costa, Durden, really well balanced. 100% of the master money is on Durden. Price that was taken was around 210, 211, plus 210, plus 211 on Durden there. So right now, master money just on one way. So even if we were to look at that, 100% of the rec money, I would call it 98% of the rec money is on Costa. And of the other side of it, it's like 100% of the masters, and they are 96% of the overall. Gandra Reese, 64% of the money on Gandra, 62% of the master money. Not a lot, just bits and pieces. Pinners, 98% of the money, 100% of the master money, all one-way action on that one. Kong, Cortez. Sorry, just got to get sorry, got kids knocking at the door. Let me wrap this up. Riley Kamaka, well balanced. Actually, just give me a second. If you need the elevator, I can give you the keys. All right, back to it. We've got the rest of the MMA. Kamaka, Riley, well balanced. 100% of the master money is on Kamaka. Looking around plus 245, 240. A lot of prices that no longer exist, 235, 220, 215, 210. So that price, a lot of that master action is at prices that no longer I see available. 84% of the money on Yanez against Gabrandt. 58% of the money on Krylov over Whitaker. 97% of the master money on Krylov. Plus 110, 15, 30, 40, 50, 55, 61. So, when were they placed? 3-4 days ago. Okay, interesting. Some of these big UFC fights, maybe Sheik, if you remind me to look at these a little bit earlier in the week, see if it's trying, maybe the daily thing week of or something like that, because there's really some early master money that's moving these lines that you could definitely maybe take advantage of in some softer spots. Green, McKinney, 84, 72% of the money on Green, 100% of the master money on Green. Again, we're looking at plus 30, 25, 20, 16. So again, prices that really probably don't exist anymore. Stevenson, 91%. No master money. Kavanagh, Royval, well balanced. Batista, Sandhagen, 68%. No master money. Batista is 68%. 61% on Paddy Pimblett. Master money, like 61% St. Denis, but really only a tiny bit of money there. So, and then the main event, Connor. What are we? 63% of the money on Holloway. Now, I will say 72% of the master money is on McGregor. However, I did look at these earlier. It's closer to 3-1, 275, 260, 250. Again, clearly numbers that I don't see available anymore, which seems to be a big pattern this week of this master action really starting to move lines. So yeah, definitely looking for these spots where I can do. Again, we're not going to have World Cup beyond the next 7 games left. So trying to find some spots where there's some value that I can get onto and get into a little bit earlier in that. Obviously, football season's right around the corner, and we'll have plenty to do then. But I think there's some spots where you might have some advantages in these lesser sports, etc. Shit, got another call. All right, let me wrap this up. Game started. Balance money's sort of in the same spot. So good luck and all the best for those playing this game. I'm hoping it's a draw. Collins called Belgium to get through, so obviously it's in penalties or extra time. Cheers and good luck.